Welcome to a special edition of I Can't Make This Shit Up, Breaking News. I'm your host, MsNiquerevamp. Good morning, guys. I have to be honest. I'm extremely conflicted with this horrible tragedy, this senseless act that happened yesterday. I'm up literally debating on if I should take my kids to school. This is their last 2 days of school. School's final day is tomorrow. And I'm nervous. I'm gonna go have a conversation with my babies. And quite frankly, I'm just gonna see how they feel. How are you feeling about what happened yesterday?
Crazy.
Are you wanting to go to school or not?
Mm-hmm.
You do want to go?
Mm-hmm. It's been these last days of school.
Okay. What?
I said, if it did happen, my face would be the last face I see. That's a good thing.
If it did happen, your friends would be the last faces you'll see?
Yeah.
How do you feel about what happened with the kids? Scared. Are you wanting to go to school today? What's wrong?
What's the rate?
I'm gonna let you stay home. You have every right to be scared. This shit ain't right.
I was upstairs for my clothes, and it just turned off. And I had dreams about like scary things, and the light turned off. Then I went downstairs, and it's like it was keep scaring me with turning off the light and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
What happened yesterday?
No, you were at work. You know those kids were killed at the school. How are you feeling about what happened yesterday?
Oh, this bull. There's some bull.
What do you mean?
I don't know how someone wakes up there with that much hate on their heart to kill their granny and kids.
You know, they saying it's up to 21 people that have been killed.
They really had the calculations of it at first.
No,
First was like 12, 10,
it's
12.
unfolding, so it's still something that's, that they still don't know. There's still kids in critical conditions. That means that there's still people who were shot that could still die from it. How's this making you feel about going to school?
I'm not gonna lie to you, not safe at all. I had one to the store and yeah.
Felt nervous. I felt nervous going to the grocery store last night with Grandma.
Oh, where? Yeah.
To school.
Yeah.
You feel unaffected by this or what?
This was not in Texas.
Turn around, what?
This wasn't in Texas.
It was in Texas, Mateo.
Bro, I ain't worried about none of that.
Lieutenant, you were telling me that the shooter drove his vehicle into a ditch not far from where we're standing, tried to enter the school, and met resistance from law enforcement right away?
That's correct. So prior to that, though, the shooter was involved in a domestic disturbance with his grandmother. We do know that he was living with his grandparents and was involved in some type of domestic disturbance with his grandmother, in which he shot his own grandmother. At that point, he fled from that residence to the area where the school is at. That's where the vehicle was crashed, and he was able to make entry into the school. That's when we got calls from local law enforcement that the shooter was making his way into the school.
So he meets resistance from law enforcement at the gate, fights his way in. Once he's inside the school, what happens?
Right, so we had local police officers here from the Uvalde Police Department, school police officers, as well as state troopers that were responding on scene first. They were the primary officers on scene. They heard the gunfire. They saw the shooter. At that point, they were met with gunfire by the shooter. Several police officers were shot.
Wow.
At that point, the gunman, the shooter, was able to make entry into a classroom, barricaded himself, and at that point, it just started shooting children and teachers that were inside that classroom, having no regard for human life, just a complete tragedy, and an evil person going into this school and killing children for no reason.
It was such a